This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
The Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
Philly Joe and Vicki on a Tuesday. Good morning. Welcome to the program.
You betcha. Gabriel Iglesias tickets to give away this morning on completely useless trivia. That's coming up at 7:45-ish.
Oh, you betcha. Vicki, we had Holy Diver in there as well. Usually we're coming off the back end of it, but it was the first song we played coming out of news. I don't want to deprive people of a good Vicki Holy Diver. Come on.
Of course. Holy Diver.
That was good. You growled a bit on that one.
A little rusty on that one. Yeah, didn't do my warm-ups.
I wonder if they play that song more than the national anthem at Pan Am Pool. Because they've got.
Oh, what a missed opportunity if they don't.
For the big events, bring it out.
Why wouldn't they? Come on. I never even thought of that, Joe. And bright and early with the Pan Am Pool to Holy Diver.
I got up early for that blood pie moon or whatever Vicki was talking about yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Did anybody look at the moon? I forgot to look this morning.
I swear to God, I didn't go outside. I just tried to look out a few windows in my house. I couldn't see anything.
Okay.
But some people apparently could in Manitoba. We'll get some pictures today, I'm sure.
Sure.
I woke up on the couch at your place with empties everywhere. And
I forgot about the party.
Deli meat. We didn't even go outside. We just started.
Vicki didn't even show up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Totally forgot.
We were wondering all night.
Out of my invites, I batted 50%.
Which isn't bad.
Yeah,
a little
true.
more leg room.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
Brought to you by Fort Rouge Auto Center.
Got something to say?
Okay, I'll say it.
Well, you should probably call the bone phone and let her rip.
It actually feels nice to finally say it out loud.
780-BONE.
Hey guys, it's Casey here. You know, I've always been listening to the station all the time and hearing these guys complain about how slow these guys are going, 40 and 80 or 70 and 100 or whatever. And the funny part is, these are the same guys that complain to the point of they blow your doors off during bad weather, bad roads, whatever. You see them as they pass you, they flip you off, and then later, about a mile down the road, they're flying, they go in the ditch. So my question to you is, would you stop for these guys? Because God knows I wouldn't when they're being that much of a...
I think you always stop for your, someone who's in need, in a ditch. I don't usually, when I drive by someone who's in a ditch or their vehicle's broken down, I don't immediately think to myself, oh, were they driving, did they pass me,
Plus, this is the moment to see them humbled.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And they might be the only one you get.
Very true.
Yeah. I'm sure there is a certain population that will drive by and flag them the finger back as they keep driving. That'll happen too.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yes.
Okay, we had a call last week about back lanes and not getting them plowed properly. Do you remember that?
Yeah, and we learned that they're only allowed to go through once. That's kind of their directive.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Right,
With the back lanes.
Mm-hmm.
Just for everybody talking about the snow in the back lanes, their little solution to that problem, you guys just shovel that windrow back into the middle of the back lane. When the city guy comes through to drive through and do his inspection, they'll have no choice but to call the loader back to come make a second pass. They're not going to ticket every house on the block. They'll just have no choice but to call him back, and he'll come back and make a pass. Have a good day, Winnipeg.
I guess the question is how long before they come to check the back lane to see how the work was done. I don't know.
Yeah, how do you function between that time?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll just be kind of driving over that pile if you can, right? And then are people going to get stuck? How does that work?
Well, and then you do that plan, but you got to let your neighbors know too. Otherwise, somebody's going to get out there and move it themselves.
Or be like, "What's up with Wayne? Why is he moving all the snow from his into the middle of the back lane? What's his story? Like, what's going on?" Okay, Highway Girl, about the what's the moon called again? That was
the blood worm moon.
Blood worm moon. Okay,
A little too cloudy.
Oh, sorry, Vicki.
Sorry.
Yeah, a little too cloudy apparently, right? Yep.
Hi, it's Highway Girl. I just left a message about the total lunar eclipse, and then I hear Vicki talking about it, and that it's going to be over at 6 o'clock. But I do want to say that what ends at 6 o'clock is the totality of the total eclipse, and that on Tuesday morning, as long as you look at the moon before it sets, probably around 7-ish, I think, The moon is still going to be really cool to look at because you're going to see the transition as the Earth moves out of the way. So still be a cool looking moon if you're up and around for the moon sets on Tuesday morning. Okay, that's it. Bye.
Okay.
A good tip. Hopefully it clears up.
Yeah, I'll tell you what lasts for 4 minutes and 29 seconds. A total eclipse of the heart from Bonnie Tyler.
I thought you were going to say something else. I was going to
Me
say that's
too.
kind of private between you and Christy. All right, Joe?
Oh, boy.
All right, now, a couple of callers defending Connor Hellebuck.
Hey, it's Banker here. I couldn't agree more with the hooligan. And Hellebuck, he's the least of our problems. 3 Vezinas. He won the MVP with the Hart Trophy last year. A lot of other issues, but it is definitely not Hellebuck, and we can't get rid of him. Best goalie in the world. We got him for 7 years at a cheap contract, 8.5, I think. He's not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Now, John with a J.
Trade Connor Hellebuck? What the are we talking about here? I'm sorry. Oh, my goodness, I got a headache. I didn't have a headache before the bone phone. Now I have a headache. I'm not quite sure if everybody remembers Jets 1.0 and basically anything before Kevin Cheveldayoff and Mark Chipman arrived. I feel like I'm doing this call like I should. It's not even my place. It's not even my place. It's not very often John with a J is speechless.
That's true. Yeah.
Trade Connor Hellebuck. That's the funniest thing I have heard in a long time. And Connor Hellebuck's fault that we're losing. Yeah, okay.
I've never heard him so frustrated before. Usually he's coming out of a cannon. He's red hot and got the momentum going, but not today.
You can feel him. He's just stunned.
It's been a big topic since the Olympics about what's going on, but there are a lot of things to iron out with this hockey team. And let's see if it turns around tonight because there's not many days left, is there?
They got to make hay.
Yeah,
Big
time.
Hay. Yep. Let's wrap with the hooligan. Wants to talk about oil changes. Conversation from yesterday. Yeah.
Joe, are you crazy? 15,000 kilometers between oil changes? I change mine every 3 months. Average is 3,000 kilometers. Yes, people say I'm wasting my money, but you know what? $400 a year for oil change. I do myself. That is the cheapest thing you can do for the health of your engine. Oil gets so dirty so quick. The molecules and whatever and chemicals, whatever else they have in the oil breaks down. After a month, your oil is dirty. And plus, with the city driving, all the idling, stop and go, it's not good for your engine. People just drive in the city should go on the highway at least once a month and just punch it. Punch it good. Blow all that carbon out, open up the cylinders. I'm telling you. Buddy of mine, a year he goes between oil changes. I said, your oil life monitor must be in the minus for Christ's sakes.
Sounds like Hooligan has a cold or he's in
gonna
bed.
Say, yeah.
That was usual gusto.
But
a lot of good tips in there, though.
I wouldn't say I was crazy. I just said between 10,000 and 15,000 kilometers, and that's what my car tells me. My car tells me at 13,000, it's time to take it in for an oil change. I just follow what the car tells me to do.
Read the manual. Do you ever read the manual? That Bible that's in your glove box?
Only when I need to reset the clock.
The Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
I think Vicki said it best off air. A lot of people very concerned about your oil change schedule on your SUV, JoJo. Oil changes. This is on the text line. Follow your maintenance schedule in the owner's manual. Also, some cars, as Joe says, will tell you when to change your oil.
Yeah.
Use full synthetic oil of the recommended oil viscosity. I like that word, viscosity.
Yeah.
It's a good word.
Is this...
It's a text, yes.
Oh, I see, okay.
You thought that was me?
It sounds very official.
You thought that was me?
Well,
I'm
or that
happy.
you were reading from a manual.
No. I choose to think that you thought that was my knowledge.
Yeah.
But anyway, just to go on here, full synthetic is best. Take care of your car, and it will take care of you, Joe.
Yeah. There was a few people that do what Vicki does. When the tire change happens, that's when the oil change happens. But I did Google for my vehicle, which is actually due in 1,000 kilometers. And I was yeah, I'm told in my vehicle when it's time to get the oil changed. They give you a warning. But I was right. For my vehicle, it's about 10,000 kilometers.
This is starting to feel like that Seinfeld episode where is it Brad Garrett is
Yes.
the overzealous mechanic taking care. And I want the hooligan, the bone phone hooligan, to be your Brad Garrett from Seinfeld, where he starts having a look in
He was
on
looking
your
out
car.
for me.
He starts looking in, coming by your place maybe every now and then, having a look at the vehicle and suggesting things that you do.
I'm going to tell you right now, hooligan, I would have to bring my vehicle to hooligan. I would think so, and load up the oil in the back, and then he takes care of it at his house.
Yeah, he'd be a good guy to have watching out. You can tell.
He's got a good setup, yeah.
100%. I hope he feels better. It did sound like he was a little congested.
And he'd be all over you too. Like he gets all over us on the on the bone phone. If he thinks you're not taking care of your vehicle properly, which you do. Let's just put
I
it.
do.
You're at the.
It's under warranty right now too, so I can't take it to hooligan. Even I wanted to.
Ask your dealership. Is the bone phone hooligan warranty approved?
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast. Here's what's trending with Philly Joe and Vicki.
Have you guys heard about this Jim Carrey conspiracy theory that's been going around?
I didn't read the story. I just saw the headline. There was a picture of him with longer hair going on, and fill us in.
It's kind of mind-boggling. He was accepting an honorary award in Paris called the César Award, which is basically a French Oscar. He showed up, he did the red carpet, he accepted the award in French. Apparently he had been working on that speech for a while. Now people feel that he didn't really look like himself. So people are saying clone, they're saying body double, and the gas on the fire has been this special effects makeup artist guy, Alexis Stone. He says he was dressed up as Jim Carrey for the awards.
Oh.
So people don't know what's true. He even posted a picture of a special effects mask on a table that does look like Jim Carrey. Now, both the César Awards and Jim Carrey's reps are saying, no, it was the real guy. He was there with his team. He was there with his daughter and grandson and other friends and family members. Like, this is not a thing.
Jim Carrey, though, he he's done like lots of dress up sort of weird speeches at like really funny stuff at award shows before. So that probably doesn't help this situation.
He's such a Andy Kaufman fan who is known for doing these extreme, performance art type things. So if anyone's going to do something like this, it is Jim Carrey. So that's, I think, what has people kind of wondering.
Well, it's got him back in the news because his name hasn't come up very often in the last few years.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, this Alexis Stone guy, it's a good marketing ploy.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't him, people are buying in. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Put that on your resume, the French Oscar that he won.
And I've got a few things of note on the Winnipeg showbiz front. First off, Winnipeg was mentioned on Jeopardy this past Thursday. Actually, Final Jeopardy. So that's pretty big.
Like we get the odd, like this isn't the first time we've been mentioned on Jeopardy.
No, back in July, Mayor Gillingham was mentioned in one of the answers. This time, the category was literary origins, and they were asked, as a child, Christopher Robin Milne loved feeding a London zoo animal whose former owner hailed from this city.
Winnipeg for Winnie the Pooh.
I'm sorry, you have to answer in the form of a question.
Oh, I can't do that. Okay. I was never good at that show.
No points.
That's an easy. Is that not easy?
Final Jeopardy.
Well, for us, it's easy, but only one person got it on this show.
Okay.
And I just want to mention quickly, remember Vince Vaughn was in town filming a movie last year? It's called Mike and Nick and Alex, or Alice, rather. The trailer just dropped yesterday, and we've got it up on our Facebook page.
Tremendous. That's Scrollin.
The Philly Joe and Vicki podcast. Be a good person.
Rate or review this show wherever you subscribe and get PJ and V into more ears.
Back down. Petty, the late great Tom Petty. It was one of those you can catch yourself humming it, singing it. No doubt about it. 92.1 City. 7-Eleven, Philly Joe and Vicki on your Tuesday. Joe, you almost said it's Tuesday already earlier this morning.
I did because
I caught you.
Vicki yesterday said how fast Monday went, and I had to agree with that. So, I got caught on it. Yep.
Well, listen, you don't. if you really believe that, I never believe it's, quote, Tuesday already, but I sense you do.
Been a fast start to the week.
You're allowed to run with it. I don't believe it ever applies Tuesday.
Joe feels Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Yeah.
We were quoting Seinfeld earlier. Newman feels the same thing.
Yeah.
Newman?
Yeah.
Says
I feel Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Oh, man. Hey, I'll tell you what's going to hit me, and we were just chatting about this off air. You've got it in your news, Vicki, is daylight saving time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we spring forward this weekend, so essentially lose an hour of sleep.
Yes.
I hate this one. Like, I know.
Oh, nobody likes it.
Yeah. Well, Joe, you like it.
Yeah, well, I don't love losing the hour, but I love what it brings. I love the daylight at night. So come, July, by 9:30, it's still light out. I like the fact that at 5 o'clock, it's more daylight still.
Lighter later.
Yeah, lighter later. Very good. But I just wish we would stay at 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sort of like what BC's doing. Because I think then it doesn't matter what November brings. Mm-hmm. To me, it's just, I would rather be 1.
Me too.
Like Saskatchewan. And they're another prairie province, so I've never understood why one province doesn't have daylight saving time, and yet we do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure, like, if you dig hard, the reason we don't do it, I'm sure you can find some explanation, some logic on the other side of it. Like I say, personally, you read stories all the time about what it does to your mental health, like both of them. Mm-hmm. The one where you gain an hour does nothing for me. I'm fine with it. I love it.
Yeah.
I like you wake up and it's earlier than
it's found time. That's what it feels like, right?
Yeah. Boom. Yes. So I don't really, that one doesn't affect my, quote, mental health at all. But this one, this weekend, I'll feel that for 2 days, for sure.
Anything that affects your sleep is going to be an issue.
Yeah.
And they always say how sleep is the most important thing. And that's a big one.
Apparently there's repercussions when it comes to business, but yet that's been what we've been told forever. So all of a sudden in 2026, BC decides just like that, they're not changing after this one. Shouldn't the rest of the country follow suit at some point?
And how does it affect business? I legitimately want to know.
Time.
How so?
Because some businesses will open earlier and close later depending on what part of the country you're in. So if you're doing business in Manitoba,
I see.
It was a 2-hour difference in BC. So they thought because of how business works in the U.S., they were waiting on the U.S. to change daylight savings time.
Okay.
But BC said, we're not going to wait any longer. We're just going to do it. That's why in your news story you were talking about Oregon, Washington, and California, because now that changes 1 hour down the coast if they're doing business.
Oh, interesting.
And then you're always going to get this when this conversation comes up. Boston Pizza text line, it's an hour. People live with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
Yeah.
No,
quite a few people will suggest they have no problems with daylight savings time.
We barely even have to change any clocks nowadays. Like, really, back in the day, there was you had to make a list of all the clocks in your house that you had to change. Now, your phone switches over, anything that's on anything that's connected to your phone or a smartwatch.
Yeah,
it all just
still got to do
changes.
the microwave, though, right?
Microwave.
Always the microwave.
Your
stove.
vehicle? I'm assuming your vehicle, Vicki. I don't know if mine.
I don't know. I actually honestly don't know what you're talking about because I still have to manually change so many clocks.
Yeah.
I'm just living in the past.
Your house is a museum over there.
It really is.
Yeah.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
Brought to you by Fort Rouge Auto Center.
West End Ed has 18 analog watches that he has to change.
Wow.
Ooh.
For daylight saving time this
Wind
weekend.
him up.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of watches.
A lot of work.
I got to know, West End Ed, why do you have so many watches?
A lot of people collect watches. It's a big thing now, too.
A lot of people collect watches?
Yeah, man.
It's a thing. Yeah.
It's a thing right now, too, because...
Did not know that.
Yeah. And it's basically like if you were into collectibles or cards, right? Looking and people trade, sell.
Or if it's just an accessory, like a fashion thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I could see the accessory
I feel
part.
like guys can be pretty limited in ways to accessorize, and a watch is a good one.
A way to soup
Maybe add
things up.
Yeah, add a pop of color or something. Sure.
Okay. And then Chris says most alarm clocks you buy these days automatically switch.
Yeah.
Not mine.
No. So how many things you change? So off air I was saying coffee maker, microwave, that's our house, and then we have a couple of clock radios in the house that have to switch. But that's about it.
I think my car I still have to switch manually, alarm clock, stove, microwave. That might be it.
You got a museum going on there.
Well, I brought my Walkman, my Sony Walkman in today.
Yes.
So that should tell you everything you know about what's in my house.
Can I see? Because
yeah.
I hinted that I might buy it off you. Is it in complete? It's
Look
one of
at
these
that.
yellow ones.
It works. I have it, and it's a FM AM radio too, so I have it tuned to 92.
Right.
Look
So,
what's in there. Look what tape is in there.
You
Joe.
still got, I can't see the label.
The Bangles' greatest hits.
Oh,
You know I love the Bangles.
yes. That's awesome.
You're not parting with this.
I don't know that
No,
I can.
you cannot.
And it still
Sentimental.
works. I put batteries in, still going.
This
Do you have a lot of cassettes at home still?
I don't have a ton of them, but I do still have a few. Yeah.
That's awesome.
This is
you can't
so-
get rid of that.
No,
Yeah,
don't.
I
mean,
know. If you need to borrow it,
Well, I'm not looking
maybe,
at
but-
I don't have there aren't too many days where I wake up and
that's
go.
just it. What are you going
I
to do
wonder
with
if
it?
Vicki will lend me her Walkman. No, it's to me it's a collector's piece.
Oh,
That's
totally.
what I'm looking. I'm not looking
Yeah.
to use it
Okay.
like cruising around, jogging the
Yeah.
neighborhood with my
Yeah.
Walkman, my sports Walkman on. It is a Sony Sports
Discman.
AM/FM Walkman.
Remember they came out with the Discman after that. That was a game changer.
I still have a Discman too.
With the anti-skip feature.
Yeah, but did that ever work?
You have what kind of is it like a
I think
Sony
it's a Sony.
Discman?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a blue one. Yeah.
That was a big name too, Sony.
Yeah. It just takes me back to like riding in the car on road trips or whatever. And
Yeah.
that was almost your first feeling of independence. Well, maybe I said that about bikes. I think that's the first one. But you get to listen to your own music.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't have to listen to what mom and dad have on.
Yeah.
You get to curate your own sound. And I think that's kind of neat. Takes me back.
And when you got big enough to old enough to take the bus,
Yeah.
you had to have a Walkman.
Oh, man,
and then
did you-
road trips like
Yeah.
with your parents.
Were you ever on the bus and like some kind of like intense dramatic song comes on and you pretend you're in a music video?
Always. Come on.
Like you're
That's-
Eminem riding the bus or something.
That's the best
Yeah.
part of loud music in your ears. Yeah.
So good.
I don't recall that that type of bus ride, but
The Philly Joe and Vicky Podcast.
Do you really have a synchronicity tape at home that you could bring in for Vicki and her Sony Walkman?
I'd have to look way back when. But at one point, I did have a music company, right? So I had all kinds of assorted cassettes, and then I gave them out to a cousin of mine who took over the music business. But I had a lot of bought tapes. You played Tom Petty earlier. One of the first ones I bought was Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers' Damn the Torpedoes.
Okay.
So I had a whole... I love the cassettes because, like the albums, the foldable insert was the cover.
Right.
Right? You just didn't get the inserts like the album had with all the details in the song lyrics, right?
Seems like it would be hard to DJ with cassettes.
I agree. I was
it
just
was
going
What's
to
the
ask
process of that?
It was tough.
You got to cue them up.
You had to cue them up by
where the
half a
song is.
spin back, right?
Oh,
to get the
wow.
song queued up.
I
Two
did
cassette decks.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I did that with albums. Like with when I first got into radio, I was queuing up albums for I can't remember what the radio station was called, Joe. You might remember, but it was a bunch of retired radio guys, and they would operate out of personal care homes. And
Yes. It's
like
still around.
Like Lee Major and
Yeah.
was one of the
Yeah,
guys,
old retired guys.
school radio guy. And so that was stressful, queuing up albums.
Yeah.
Like if
yeah.
you grew up queuing up albums, it's probably nothing. But for a guy like me, it was hard. So cassettes would be the same deal.
Yeah, but working in a studio, we used to have two turntables, right? And then you could have like not necessarily a cassette deck, but then you got into CDs, right? That came in jewel cases, so they protected the CDs. But albums, it would be weird because once in a while you'd still have a 45, which was just a single, and then you'd have to flip it back to the album, or sometimes so it'd be like the song would start, right? It's like, oops, I don't think that you're playing something like Deep Purple, and all of a sudden the speed picks up. It sounds like something from Scooby-Doo.
That suitcase too with the tapes.
Yeah, you have to have the briefcase.
The briefcase, sorry, not a suitcase. The briefcase for the tapes, and you could have different sizes. You'd have one in your vehicle that was a little more portable,
Right.
and then one in your room or basement with like 60 tapes in it.
Ready to get stolen,
Yeah.
smashed window when you
My
leave the club.
tapes!
Yeah, my
No.
briefcase is gone.
You can't replace those tapes.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicky Podcast.
25% of people would miss this the most, okay, if they moved out of this province. So 25% of people would miss this if they moved out of the province.
Out of Manitoba.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would they miss the most?
Good morning, City. Do you have a guess for us?
Hi, good morning. Is it Honey Dill?
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
It is not. No. You know, I'm pleasantly surprised when I go to other parts and you get honey dill on a menu with the chicken tenders. Because usually it's a plum sauce or maybe a barbecue, but honey dill, what a bonus.
I got to say, I don't like honey dill.
Really,
You don't,
eh?
Yeah.
I love it.
We
I
have
got
some
a
in our
buddy that
fridge.
puts it on fries.
Oh, you can.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's not my
I think
thing.
that's
but,
the main way people eat it. Well, I guess chicken fingers is number one. Yeah.
You can put that stuff. Like if it's on my plate, whether it's hot sauce, honey dill, ranch, you can dip anything in. Like you'll dip everything on your plate in there. That's what I find. 780 City. Good morning.
How about going to socials?
No.
Another good
That's
one,
a very
yeah.
good answer.
Completely useless question this morning. Gabriel Iglesias tickets up for grabs. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Let's go with Vicki, please.
How about just a Winnipeg summer or a Manitoba summer?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Sorry about that.
This is not a Winnipeg answer, by the
Oh.
way. You don't know if to localize it with, like an item from here, like pizza pops or something. This is
Okay.
more generic of an answer. Like, I'm sure if this question was asked in Alberta, you'd probably get close to the same answers.
So you'd miss
or
that.
if it was in Ontario. You know what I mean? 25% of people would miss this the most if they moved out of province.
4 lifelines left. You can use me, Vicki, or the Boston Pizza text line. Hello there. Go ahead with your guess.
Oh, I was going to say wholesale shopping.
No. We do love our wholesale. You're
We love
darn
a
right.
deal.
Yeah.
Good guess.
It's $5 for these pants.
I once went to a wedding. I paid $10 for the dress, and I was getting compliments. And I told every single one of those people.
You are a deal
Yeah.
hunter.
I love
Yeah,
a
we're
deal.
learning that.
But you know
about
what?
Yeah.
Women do that.
Yeah.
Women will
Oh,
do
yeah.
that about price. Like, it's not only do I look great, but I save this much money by buying it for that. Guys don't do that.
Yeah. And the reaction, by the way, is
Yes.
like, oh my God. Like, they're
Yes.
so excited for you.
Yeah,
I
like-
know some dudes who will talk about the deal they got. They
Yeah,
think they're
yeah.
good at. They think they're
Yeah.
great at grinding.
Yeah,
Good negotiator.
Yes. 780 City, 780 2484. Good morning.
I'm going to say our sunny winter.
Nope. Nope. Not our winters and the sunshine.
This is a
Don't
tough
think
one.
so much Manitoba. Think in general. If you left your home and moved to another province,
Okay.
what would you miss the most?
Hey, would it be like family and friends?
Family and friends would be on the list, yes, but not the number one answer.
That's
Okay.
going to be my guess. Okay.
It'd be somebody important to you, though. I will give you that.
Somebody important.
Hello.
Hi, can I get a lifeline?
Philly, Vicki, or the text line?
You know what? Let's do the text line.
The text line.
Oh, okay.
All the friendly drivers is the most recent guess that came up.
It's not the traffic or driving, okay?
I should say, there are normally a lot of great guesses on the text line. I
Yes.
apologize, but we always go with the most recent guess.
Yep.
No problem. Thanks,
Have a
guys.
good one.
Bye-bye.
Yep. 780 City, 780 2484. Good morning.
Would it be their radio station?
No,
Oh,
but
come
that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. I'll give you another one that's on the list. Your favorite restaurant, because you would miss the food from your favorite
Okay.
restaurant.
780 City, 780 2484. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, you got a guess?
I'll say your neighbors.
Not your neighbors. Good answer. You are dealing with people here. 25% of people would miss, I'll say, this person most if they moved out of the province, okay? Let's narrow it down a bit.
Okay. Hello, City.
Hi, my guess was neighbors, so I'm going to have to use Philly for a lifeline.
Okay, so first time I moved away from home, Lloydminster, way back when. And it took me a while to find a new hairstylist. Like someone.
Bingo!
Oh,
nice.
Wow.
25% of people would miss their hairstylist / barber the most if they moved away from home.
Bad news for the friends and family, I gotta say.
Yes. Yeah. That's only
rough.
25%.
Yeah, but it's hard to find good work, right?
Doctor
Yeah.
was number 2.
That's a big one as well.
Favorite restaurant was number 3.
Yeah.
Who's
Family
this?
didn't even make top 3.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
Joe loves himself today.
First thing I told myself this morning when I looked in the mirror, I said, I love myself today. Yeah.
And then you turned on that song and just rocked out in your bedroom.
Biff is a wonderful human being.
She is awesome.
Yeah.
What do you mean? We were up all night with the worm moon. What was it called again?
Bloodworm moon.
Bloodworm moon party.
It got
You
cloudy.
never came.
Well, I slept in.
Well, we didn't see the moon either. We got lit in Joe's place and forgot to go outside.
That's the only thing that got lit up. I'll tell you, the sky did not with the clouds. Few people are showing pictures, though. I think Melissa sent in one of
Does she have one?
A part of the eclipse that we were able to see that people were putting up on social media. But from our vantage point, a lot of people said in the province here, too cloudy to see it.
So disappointing. Apparently, you could see it even at one of our bone phone calls was like you could see it up until 7 o'clock, like part of it. But the clouds were really screwing with any ability to see
Well,
it.
there's two things going on. There's the blood worm moon, and then there's the lunar eclipse. So there's a lot of moon action. Well, they're happening at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every time I hear the word eclipse, I just get my dad's welding glasses and I put them on.
Well, you don't want to hurt your eyes.
No.
You can't look directly at it.
At the moon?
At the moon.
Yeah, it'll blind you.
I'll tell you,
Watch
as
out.
a kid, I think the first time we learned about that was like elementary school, right? So they gave us like this little rectangle of like the welder glasses. And I'm going, is that really what you should? Any kid you tell not to do something is going to do it. So when you tell them that, no, you can't be looking directly at the sun, how many of us actually listened?
Same thing with lick the glue stick. Of course you're going to
Wait
do
a
it,
minute,
right?
what? Was that a thing?
You guys didn't do that?
Lick the glue stick.
Drink the white out. Come on.
No, can't say.
The Philly Joe and Vicki Podcast.
Be a good person.
Rate or review this show wherever you subscribe and get PJ and V into more ears.
Talking about picks, we have a 92.1 City Music Survey that's available on our website. Someone will win $1,000 for your opinions. I guess a few people have said it could take you anywhere from about 45 minutes or so to do the whole thing. But, we'd love to hear your input.
Yeah, I've started it a couple of times, and then I get distracted with other things. But I love the idea. And you can tell, like, we're getting some reaction on the text line because it's very rare that a radio station will say, hey, what do you think of what we're doing?
And it's one of those surveys that's fun to do. It's not something boring. Like you're listening to music, you're giving your opinion on it. And I think a lot of people want that opportunity.
I prefer to annoy Iron Mike myself by just giving him a verbal.
You've got access, though. Not everybody does.
No, this is better. That the more people that do this, the more he's got to go through.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, you get more. I'll be honest, the results are better than this. Like you get better results doing this survey than say Vinny, who tries to go through phone board hell getting a hold of Iron Mike multiple times a week. And I guess Iron Mike was telling us that Vinny is continuing to try to get a hold of him through an old phone number that doesn't even exist.
From the old station, the old location.
When we were in Osborne Village. And he keeps trying to phone it. So that's why when we get a message from Vinny going, Iron Mike doesn't take my calls, that's not a phone line that exists anymore. So he's phoning into the air now and thinking that Iron Mike is just seeing Vinny on the call display and not taking the call.
I don't recall Iron Mike giving us the new number to give to Vinny. But,
or to us, actually.
Or to us.
That's a good point.
The Philly Joe and Vicki Podcast. Here's what we learned today with Philly Joe and Vicki.
Lots to talk about oil changes again today. The Bone Phone Hooligan not happy with Joe about his oil change schedule. Although, I'll defend you here, Aiello. This is your requirements according to your vehicle handbook and your dealership and your warranty.
Yeah, I'm just following procedure, but I do appreciate Hooligan at least having my back. And everybody else that was texting over the last few days. We always learn.
Yep.
And he was on me about snow throwing too early in the morning.
Yeah,
you'll remember he was. So he's having a couple of weeks with us here, PJV and the Hooligan.
No shortage of opinions from the Hooligan.
That's why we love him.
Yeah.
It was too cloudy for the lunar eclipse.
Yeah, and the blood worm moon, whatever they called it.
Yeah, great band too, by the way. They're really good.
If
Underrated.
it's not a band, it should be.
Yeah.
And we also learned that Vicki could have called and canceled her spot at the party that we had this morning, but nope, didn't even show
true.
up.
I completely forgot.
It's a bit disappointing. Joe bought a lot of deli meat.
Yeah.
And
I know how much you like your cold cuts, Vicki.
You
I
know me so
over-ordered.
well.
I over-delivered.
Vicki brought her Sony Walkman to work today. She is now unwilling to sell it to me after hinting that she might be willing to. To be totally honest, we kind of said you shouldn't sell that.
It's such a keepsake. It's just a memory from a different time. So I like to have that stuff.
And it's in good shape. Like you said,
Still works.
Does the AM FM radio still the whole
Yeah,
nine
I
yards?
was listening to City on it, actually.
It's
that's
yellow. Like, it's so cool. I love that
Can
old
still
stuff.
listen to the odd cassette.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Bangles. You
I
got a Bangles.
the Bangles greatest hits, so I'm set.
What is it, one song?
They had a few hits.
No,
eh?
they did. They did.
How dare you?
Daylight saving time this weekend. This is the one where we lose an hour of sleep.
Yeah.
But
Which
you gain
sucks.
some daylight in the evening.
That's right. Yeah, it takes.
I'm always looking for the
Well,
positive.
no, and once I get old,
But it's true.
Once I adjust, it takes me
Yeah.
24 to
I'm with you.
36 hours to sort of get my head around things, especially that Sunday. That Sunday sucks.
Yeah.
Feels like you barely get out of bed and you're getting ready for work on Monday. 25% of people would miss their hairstylist if they moved.
Yeah. That
came-
was a big number, 25%. Number 2 was your doctor, and number 3 was your favorite restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
It totally makes sense because, I don't know, you kind of find these people through word of mouth, and if
Yeah.
you don't have anybody in the new city to refer you, you're just taking a chance on somebody.
Yes.
And then it's tough if you go to someone and then I didn't really like them, and then
Botch job.
you don't go back.
Yeah.
Then maybe it's what do they say? Breaking up with your hairstylist is tough.
Sure.
So trying to find someone new is tough when you have to.
Yeah.
All right, that's what we learned today.
The Philly Joe and Vicki Podcast.
For more Philly, Joe, and Vicki, lock it into 92.1 City, weekday morning 6 to 10.